I'm in here. Okay. This is a recap for DragonCon. That's right, the DragonCon, guys. Now, in case you guys don't know what DragonCon is, let me go ahead and address this. DragonCon is a event that's held every year in Atlanta, Georgia, and it has things that deal with, or events that deal with, anime, manga, gaming, science fiction, cartoons, uh, TV shows, and all that other stuff. It's a really good event. Now, DragonCon has at least 30 to 40,000 people at this event. So it's a really big event in Georgia, and a lot of people love going to this event. Now, I went last year. Last year was just simply amazing. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it. I just was blown away by just how awesome it was. I had a whole bunch of pictures, and it was just awesome. Now, this is my second year going. Now, when I first went, well, excuse me, when I first walked into this event, or when I first, got off the train, the MARA train, I was walking around, I said, okay, this is good, but it's not as good as last year. It just wasn't as good. People really wasn't as friendly, I could say. But it started to change a little bit because when I started to see, I started to talk to other people, and they were able to give me help on where to go, and they were also able to. Uh, there were some cool cosplays, and so from the first half of it, it was okay. Second half, it picked up. Like cosplays, I saw cosplays, I was taking pictures and everything, and it was just a really wonderful event. Now, what really blew me away was when, one, I saw Stan Lee. That's right, thumbs up for the win. Stan Lee. I saw Stan Lee, and I shook Stan Lee's hand. You don't need any more than that. Just shaking Stan Lee's hand alone, it should give me at least 15 likes. I shook Stan Lee's hand. Stan Lee, the creator of everything, guys, of the Avengers, who had the concept of the Hulk, Spider-Man, all those characters. This is the guy, Stan Lee, the god of all, who creates all these characters. I met him and shook his hand, talked to him a little bit. That guy is cool. Then I went to the actual voice acting panel, and I was able to meet Chris Sabat or Sabat. This was amazing because if you guys know, that's one of my dreams, to become a voice actor. Like I've taken a couple of classes here and there, and it's very, very good. It's something that I really want to do. And when I walked in, I said, it said Chris Sabat. I looked at the name tag. Then I first looked down, I was like, that's Chris Sabat. And I was with my friend, and I was looking at him, and he was looking at me, and I was just shocked. I didn't know what to say. And he was like, hey, man, what's going on? I was like, oh, what's going on, man? So we started talking and, chopping it up and everything. And, I was telling him I want to be a voice actor. And, he was telling me that, it's going to require a lot of money, a lot of investment. And he told me, real stuff. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He said, you're going to get turned down a lot. But one thing is for certain is to keep your composure and just don't give up. Just don't give up. That's one thing that he never did when becoming a voice actor. He was telling me about Brian Drummond and how Brian Drummond had the role of Vegeta before he did, and he didn't kind of speculate on it. He didn't kind of not want to do Vegeta because Brian Drummond was doing it, but Brian Drummond did a very good job for Vegeta for the most part for the Sand Saga, and he picked up a little bit after the Namek saga, and so he said that he really enjoyed playing the Vegeta role, and I said that I know him from the Speed Grappler. He played in a couple of other animes that I saw, and I said that you did a really good job in that, and we were just talking for a long time, like at least 15 to 20 minutes, and I was just getting a lot of information, a lot of insight about voice acting and just how hard it is. He said like sometimes when you get an agent, a lot of people think when you get agents, it's all good from there, but there could be some agents that could try to trick you and stuff like that. He's like, you just got to know what you're doing, know where you want to go, and just know who you're sending your demos to as well too. So and he says he also lives in Dallas, Texas, and if I ever get big and stuff like that, I just send my stuff to him, and so that was pretty cool. I was also able to meet a voice actress too who played in Soul Eater. That's right, Soul Eater. So she said, you probably don't know the character who I play. She told me the name, and I don't remember the character. I said, I'm sorry, but she told me she has this little independent web series coming out. She told me to go check it out. Fortunately, I couldn't go because I wanted to go to the Funimation panel. Now, I'm going to get into that a little later. So, the last voice actor that I talked to was the original voice actor for Goku, and I didn't know this until I actually talked to the guy. Well, I knew it, but I didn't know his name, and so I was able to meet him. I was also able to talk to him for a little while too. And I was said, well, weren't you the voice actor in Tree of Might, the Dragon Ball Z movie? He said, yes, he was. So he played most of the Dragon Ball Z movies and stuff like that. So basically, what he was telling me was some of the same things, but you know, I was more on a personal tip with this guy right here because you know I'm not saying Chris Sabat is not good because he is good, but this guy played the original voice of Goku, so I'm gonna ask him. You know, so he knows the ins and outs. He's been in it for around 25 years or something like that. So I asked him. I said, I'm in school right now, majoring in ISA, and I'm also doing voice acting on the side, or trying to. I said, well, is it possible to do both? And he said, yeah, well, sure. I don't see why not. You know, I know most people would tell you that doing two things or doing two careers won't work out, but you know, you being a college student, you have to have different, you know, necessary and unnecessary risks. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's basically what he was saying. He said, you know, if you whichever one comes first, or whichever one you have a passion for, going to do it. Like you're doing your degree now. There's nothing wrong with you taking classes. And he also said if you want to do acting, also do acting too, because acting is just like voice acting. And actually, voice acting is acting. So you want to take both. So I'm like, okay, that's good advice. You know, we were talking about some other stuff too, and I also talked to the guy who did the played the character of Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, I was just honest with this guy. I didn't sugarcoat anything. I said when I went to the movie, I was the only one there, and it just wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. And he was just saying, yeah, you know, it's not really that good of a good of a show, a good of a movie, and you know, budget cuts, stuff like that. So we're not making a sequel. So guys, there is no sequel to Dragon Ball Evolution. No sequel to Dragon Ball Evolution at all. So if you're looking forward to that, it's not happening. This is coming straight from the guy's mouth who played Piccolo. It's not happening. No. All these rumors that you see on this website, it's not happening. The guy told me directly from his mouth that there's no Dragon Ball Evolution sequel. So it's alright. It's cool. So let's go ahead and get into the Funimation panel. Now this is what I was most excited for. But unfortunately I wasn't able to get into it because they said that it was overcrowded to capacity, which I don't understand, there was room over there in the corner. They could have let me in, but they didn't. They said there's not enough room. So, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about it going tomorrow. I'm thinking about going tomorrow again. Now, I get a discount because I have a badge and stuff like that, and my badge is actually right here. This is the badge. So I have this badge, and I get a discount. I don't know how much it is off of it, but what I may do is, because we're having another Funimation panel tomorrow, so what I may do is I may go to the panel, the Funimation panel for Saturday, and you know, I'm going to ask a series of questions. The two questions I'm going to ask is, one, if they're going to make Rainbow Nisha a dub. Two, if they're going to make number 6 a dub, if they have any plans of doing that. But if you guys want any questions answered by Funimation, leave your comments down below in the comment section because I'll ask them those questions. If I can, I'll ask them those questions, or when the Funimation panel is over, I'll definitely ask them, and they'll probably give me an answer for it. So I'll ask them that. But overall, I didn't buy anything because I don't have any money. You know, I only had enough money to get into the event, so I wasn't able to buy anything. But maybe Monday I'll buy something. But overall, I have to say that, you know, I know in the first part of the video I said that it wasn't that good, but the first part, but I think overall it was good. I just had to get back into that field because I haven't been into DragonCon in a year. So I didn't know how to react, but or act. So, you know, I met a lot of cool people. I took a lot of pictures and stuff like that. I was going to put that in the video, but if you guys want the pictures, I'll just send them to you through your Facebook or whatever, and you guys can just look at it yourself if you want to see it. But I'm not going to keep this video any longer. So overall, DragonCon was just amazing. I really enjoyed it. Shouts out to Stan Lee, Chris Sabat, the original voice actor for Goku, and also the voice actress for Soul Eater. It was just amazing. And I also saw Dan Kane. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but this was the guy who played Ripley's Believe It or Not, the person that you saw, that Ripley's Believe It or Not, that guy, and the guy who played Superman in the 80s or 90s. And I also saw the guy from Hulk as well too, the 90s Hulk or 80s Hulk TV series. So, overall it was just good. I really enjoyed it. This is my video for DragonCon 2012. I loved it. Thanks guys for another wonderful event, and I'll check you guys in another video. And like I said, guys, leave your comments down below on what you want me to ask the FUNimation panel when I go, if I go tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure I'm going. Just trying to work out some kinks here, but I'm probably going to be going in front of, to DragonCon again for tomorrow. So I'll check you guys in another video. Thanks, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.